Please.
Hello, I'm Pip from Amazing Vitality. A lot of people talk to us about their pain, and that's because we don't have any miracle cure, but people know we have products that are going to assist them with their pain management. So let's have a look today at one of the most common pain that people talk to us about is muscular pain. What can you do? Particularly in winter, whether you're obviously when you're being active, you're going to get muscular pain from sport and so on, particularly as you get a bit older like myself and you're playing sport, or it could be physical activity for your work, whether it's a bad back, sore knees, neck and shoulders, but also when you work in the office. We're getting a lot more of that recently, people with neck and shoulder pain and back pain from sitting for long periods and working on computers. So there are some things that you can do to look after yourself, particularly in winter. So the first very obvious one is to keep yourself warm. But remember, it's not just the body that needs to keep warm. Your muscles, even though your body is warm, your muscles can be cold. And that's particularly so in the morning. So before you get out of bed, you might just want to do some gentle movement and activity in the bed. You can lift your knees up to chest, just very gently doing some movement. And the same throughout the day, particularly if you have a more sedentary job. So I recommend just getting up, moving yourself around a little bit, certainly every hour, and just getting those muscles moving and warmed up. If you're playing sport, you should know that you do a more active warm-up to start before you start stretching. And even throughout the day, because it is good to stretch, remember to warm those muscles up first before you stretch. Another thing that you can do in winter is to make sure that you're keeping up, or as I'm always saying to my husband, increasing your fluid intake. And coffee and tea do not count as fluid intake, so it's got to be water or juices, but particularly water. So you need to keep that up. It's never recommended after exercise that you have very cold water, so room temperature is much better. Or in winter, if you don't like herbal teas, even just have hot water is really good. So keep that fluid intake up because the weather's very dry, your muscles are getting cold, they need that extra lubrication, your whole body does. So keep that up as well. The other thing that you can remember to do is stay out of drafts and wind. Now some of the key weak areas around the back of the neck and shoulder area there and throat, very obvious for winter, but also things like your ankles and feet and also the lower back and your kidneys. You want to keep them nice and warm. I use heat packs a lot myself, but whatever works for you, make sure they're covered. That's very important. Another thing to be aware of is posture. So throughout the day, give yourself a little posture check, whether you're sitting at the desk or slumping down on the couch or in the car, or if you're working out through the day, think about your core strength. Don't push the shoulders back, but just be aware of lifting up from your core and rotating your shoulders gently backwards. If you're walking around a lot, then remember how you're standing and walking. Keep it nice and loose and easy. And orthotics can also help to keep your body in alignment, or you might like to look at doing something like Pilates to improve your core strength. Another thing to be aware of throughout the day that applies all year round, but maybe particularly in winter when your muscles are under stress anyway, is stress. So if you find yourself sitting at the desk and everything's tensed up, just give yourself a check again and relax your muscles. Or if you've been running around, particularly in the car, or running around being active, just give yourself a little check throughout the day. Do it while you're doing a little warm-up, relax your muscles and stretch. So hopefully these are a few things to help you keep your pain at bay throughout winter.